Would you mind pasting this in the personal column of the paper for me? Attractive young woman. Affectionate nature seeks correspondence with similar man. Object, matrimony. Advertiser is currently a model inmate. Prospects good. Reply, care of Wentworth Detention Centre. Well, do you think anyone would be interested? Oh, I'm sure they will. It's a wonderful idea. Of course I'll do it. Oh, thank you.
All right. Driscoll House it is. But you won't be able to stay there full time. It's a halfway house.
Oh, I know, Wally, but it'll give me time to find something permanent without rushing in.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put in a good word for you. I know the owner.
One of the prisoners is missing. Stop! Come on, Stevens. Surely you didn't think you could get away with that. And under the very eyes of the Deputy Governor herself.
So, you will appear before the VJ on an attempted escape charge, and you will also spend 24 hours in solitary. If it hadn't been for Miss Ferguson's foresight and experience in this matter, I can assure you the consequences would have been much more serious. Have you anything to say, Stevens?
No.
No, Mrs. Reynolds.
No, Mrs. Reynolds.
All right, that'll be all. Miss Ferguson, could I see you for a moment, please?
Certainly, Governor. Officer Brown, would you wait with Stevens for a moment, please?
Miss Ferguson, could you explain how Stevens managed to get into the laundry van?
No, Governor, I can't.
This is the second time this has happened, and you've been there in both cases. Maybe you could explain just what's going on.
Well, perhaps you could ask Mrs. Powell about this one.
Mrs. Powell?
Yes. She was the officer in charge at the time.
All right, Miss Ferguson, that'll be all.
Thank you, Governor.
Oh, well, the Ritz it ain't, but you should be comfortable.
No, I will. I'll be with friends, won't I? Anyway, this is the Ritz compared with Wentworth. I don't know how you did it, Wally, but thanks for getting me out of there.
Thanks aren't necessary. All part of the service. Now, what we've got to do is get you a job, eh?
Yeah. Can't very well go back to Rod's supermarket, can I?
No. Don't worry, we'll find something. Look, I've got to go and get some clay for my pottery classes. I might as well pick up the afternoon papers.
Okay. Is there anything I can do around here to help?
Just make yourself at home. Judy will fit you into the Judy rosters when she gets back. Get to know our friends here, if you like. Not as bad as they look. See you later.
Bye. Hello, is that the dispatch? I'd like to place an advertisement. In the personal column, please.
Not quite what I expected for $2,000.
Oh, you mustn't hold a grudge. Just think of it as a small lesson, Stevens, to let you know who's boss.
You can go to hell.
All right, Stevens, have it your own way. But you're not exactly topping the popularity stakes in here, are you? You need a friend.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, I thought you might be interested in getting some of that money back.
In here? Hardly worth my while.
There's money to be made in here if you've got the right connections.
And I suppose that's where you come into it.
Right, first time.
Wants to stop me doing it by myself.
Me.
Perhaps you're right.
I know I am.
All right, what do you got in mind?
I knew we'd understand each other.
Oh, I understand you perfectly, Miss Ferguson.
Good. Then you come up with some money-making schemes and I'll give you room to move.
Brains and brawn. No need to ask which is which. What do you expect to get out of this?
Oh, I think we can come up with something that's mutually satisfying. Don't you? Besides, you got plenty of time to think about it. You wanted to see me, Governor?
Yes, Miss Ferguson. This is a list of new cell allocations. Could you organise the move sometime today, please?
Oh, Roberts and Stevens in the same cell?
Is that a problem?
Well, it could be, Governor. Stevens is quite unpopular with some of the women.
My main reason for putting her in with Roberts.
Well, Governor, I would have thought she'd be better off in a cell on her own. I mean, with her drug conviction and police connection, surely the more time she spends away from the other women, the easier it'll be for all of us.
I can understand your worry, but Roberts is a fairly stable influence on the women, and I'm hoping that she can get them to be a bit more tolerant towards Stevens.
Yes, of course.
If there are any problems, we can review the situation. Any other queries?
No, Governor.
Good.
Oh. Well, do you think I could leave my number just in case something does come up? I see. Well, thank you anyway. Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Any luck?
No, I think I must be a bit late on these morning ones. All the jobs have gone.
Well, there's a lot of people out of work at the moment.
Well, I knew that before I left home. I just didn't think it'd be as bad as the paper said.
Well, don't give up. Hang in there. Something will turn up.
I hope so. Just don't seem to be many jobs around for people who can drive a tractor and milk cows, though. Half the problem is I don't even know what these jobs mean. Look at this one. Comptroller needed and hand finish. Well, what does a hand finisher do?
They can't make them, they break them. Look, there must have been something else you did up at the farm apart from milk cows. I mean, did you cook?
Oh, yeah, I love to cook.
There you are, then. We'll look for a job in a restaurant. You look back through that lot. I'll have a look in the afternoon papers.
Being in solitary doesn't seem to worry you, Stevens?
Some of us don't mind our own company.
Well, you'd better make the most of it. Because when you get out of here, you'll be sharing a cell.
And you better do something about it. I prefer to be on my own.
Oh, we all like our own little private comfort, Stevens. But unfortunately, the Governor's got other ideas. You'll be sharing with Roberts.
Then that means the end of our business before we even start. I can't imagine Miss Goody Two-Shoes cooperating.
It's no problem. We just have to find another place for our little staff meetings.
And B. Smith is going to stand by and watch it happen?
Take care of Smith when the time comes.
Good. Because I've got an idea to start the bank rolling. Ever heard of the numbers game?
Sure. Everybody buys a number and the winner takes the money.
Right.
Well, where's the profit?
Oh, there'll be plenty of profit. You see, the winner only gets a very small percentage. We get the rest.
That's going to upset a few people.
Yes, I'll find a way of handling it.
When can you start?
Well, I don't think the women will be too pleased with the idea when they hear it's come from me. So I'll have to find someone else.
Got anyone in mind?
Phyllis Hunt. Well, she has had a taste of what it's like if you don't cooperate.
Surely you're not going to dismiss this out of hand.
I see no point in putting the request forward, Mrs. Reynolds. Judging by Birdsworth's past record, I'd say she has very little hope of attaining it.
We're talking about an old woman at the end of her term. She may not live long enough to see this
Don't you
trend
think
again.
you're being a little melodramatic?
No, I don't. Perhaps you ought to talk to Dr. Collins. He's with me now.
I'm sure that won't be necessary, Mrs. Reynolds. I'm sure that he would...
Mr. Richards?
Dr. Collins. Now, what's this about Birdsworth?
Well, Mrs. Reynolds is right. Lizzie's recent bout of Lassa fever has been very detrimental to her health.
Yes, I'm quite sure that's so. But I fail to see what that has to do with her day release.
Well, apparently there is some doubt as to whether it'll be granted. As her physician, I strongly recommend that her application be accepted.
Very well, Doctor. Your suggestion has been noted.
I hope so, Mr. Richards. Turning her down now could be a huge disappointment for her. The stress on her heart could prove fatal. And you can imagine what the newspapers would do with a story like that.
I trust you're not trying to blackmail the department, Dr. Collins.
Of course not. I just know how newspapers can turn a little thing like that into a major government blunder.
Put Mrs. Reynolds back on.
Mr. Richards?
Very well, Mrs. Reynolds. I will present the application. Good afternoon.
Oh, Mr. Richards.
Yes.
We need the release by the 12th.
Really? Oh, that's fantastic. Well, when can I start? Yes. Yes, I can come right now. You know, you've really saved my life. Hello? Wally!
What's going on?
Oh, I've got a job, Wally. I have to get down there straight away.
Oh, after you have breakfast.
Oh, you can have mine.
Hey, what is the job?
Well, it's in a little restaurant. They want a cook and waitress. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Well, it's only part-time, but at least it's a job.
Well, when did you go to see them?
Oh, look, I can't talk now. I've got to go to work.
Well, at least you're tidy.
Oh, yes,
Try and keep it that way. Maybe then we can be friends.
Look, you're not my idea of a perfect cellmate either.
Now that's enough. Both of you. You will be sharing this cell, so I suggest you both make the best of it. You have 10 minutes to settle in, and then report for work, Stevens. Roberts, you have a visitor. Get a move on, Stevens.
Hi. How are you?
A little nervous. Mrs. Morris just told me the trial's tomorrow.
Isn't it?
I didn't realise it'd be so soon. Scott, I'm worried. What if they don't believe
Look,
me?
all you have to do is tell them what happened. Now, Ray Gilbert's coming in later. He'll go over the whole thing with you.
Yes, I know, but what if they think...
Look,
I'm
we've got the best barrister that we can. His name's Paul Manningham. He's the best, isn't he, Mrs. Morris?
Well, so I've heard.
Sir, I want you to get all your things together because after the trial, you're not coming near this place again.
Oh, I hope you're right.
You want to make a bet on it?
I love you.
And I love you too.
Hi, I'm...
You the new girl?
Yes, my name's Rosemary.
Oh, did never show up. Come on, come in.
Sorry, it's the buses. They don't come very often out where I live.
You don't really look the type.
Sorry?
Fred, the new girl's here. I want my money. Rotten bastard wouldn't pay me till you showed up. Probably figures he can have a last little feel if he can get me back there. Bloody turd. Here.
Thanks.
Geez, you must be real desperate.
Why?
You gotta be to work in this dump. Look, love, are you really gonna take this job?
Yes, I have to.
Okay, it's your life. But a word of warning. Fred's nickname is Octopus, so don't turn your back to him.
Why?
Oh, boy, he's gonna love you. See you, kid. Good luck.
I must say I am surprised at Sonia Stevens' actions. Understandable, though, I suppose.
Really? Considering the allowances made to her, I find her actions rather strange.
Considering her position in the community, she has been put in an untenable position. Perhaps we might review some of these charges
Mr.
before...
Richards, as long as I am governor, Sonia Stevens will be treated exactly the same as the other women.
Quite. Did I suggest differently? Now, as to this legacy, perhaps a trust fund could be set up...
The women already have a trust fund.
Yes, but perhaps the department should oversee and allocate the use of that money. $20,000 is quite a substantial sum.
It's more than that now. There have been several donations from outside.
Then we definitely should step
Those
in.
women have already come up with a very commendable use for their money.
Mrs. Reynolds, let's not forget that those women are prisoners. They're in here because they couldn't decide what was the right thing to do. Come!
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right, come in. Mr. Richards was just going to tell me about Lizzie's day release.
The department has decided to grant Birdsworth her release.
Good.
However, Mrs. Reynolds, Should anything go wrong, I will hold you personally responsible.
Of course. But I'm quite sure we have no need to worry.
You know, when I first heard the trial was tomorrow, I panicked. Now I'm glad. I just can't wait to put it all behind me.
A natural reaction.
Scott said you thought my chances of getting off look positive.
Well, of course, juries can be very unpredictable, but I know Judge Waring, a good fella to have up on the bench, and with Manningham standing for you, things look a lot better than they might have been.
If you could just fill me in on the sort of thing I'd be asked, I'd really appreciate it.
I'm sorry, Petra. There's no way we can avoid bringing up the incestuous relationship between your father and yourself. As you have no one to substantiate your evidence, the only approach we can take is to tell the court everything.
No, but you
No,
can't.
let me finish. If we don't, your reasons for taking the blame for Emma's actions are going to seem very hollow.
All right, Mr. Gilbert. I've been rather stupid, haven't I? The only thing left to do is to face the consequences. And hopefully everything will turn out all right tomorrow. Scott and I can start living.
Why aren't you in the laundry?
It's a little too crowded for my liking. I find it difficult to think.
You're just going to have to learn to get used to it, aren't you?
I can't see why. Either I get what I want or you don't get what you want.
Don't you threaten me.
Threaten you? I'm just trying to make our position in this partnership a little clearer. Now, in order to have things run smoothly, I want a little bit more time off, and I also want to sell to myself. You're in a position to arrange it, so I suggest you pull your weight and organize it.
Is that all?
For the moment.
Now that was just to let you know who calls the shots around here. Now I suggest you get back to work.
I'd be careful, Hunt. Soap can be very dangerous. Oh, it's all right this time. But next time, who knows?
What do you want?
I've got a proposition to put to you.
Well, like what?
A numbers game. I need somebody to set it up and run it for me. Interested?
It depends. What's in it for me?
Well, we could call you a commission salesman. The more you make, the more you earn.
It'd have to be a bloody good commission. Bea wouldn't be too happy about a racket like that.
We can handle Smith.
No, you can. I know what side me breed's butted on.
I don't think you do. And we wouldn't want another little accident to happen. This way will work out quite well. For both of us.
I never thought it had come through.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. After all this time, to find the man of your dreams.
I don't know that I'd call him that, but it will be nice to talk over old times.
Oh, I'm sure you'll fall in love and get married.
Oh, come off it, Pixie. She's only got a day of release. She has to work bloody hard to fit all that in. Yeah, especially with Foxy. God, the very word marriage would make him break out in a rash. God, he was a lair then.
Oh, then we'll just have to dress you up so you sweep him off his feet.
I can't go.
Why not?
I haven't got anything to wear.
Oh.
No, I can't see Foxy and all my old stuff. He'd never believe me. He's so classy. I mean, all the stuff I wrote to him in me letters.
No, don't you worry. We'll think of something.
Maybe somebody could loan you a suit and we can dress it up with accessories.
Oh, maybe we could run something up on the machine.
Why can't we just buy Lizzie a new dress?
Yeah, we could all take the rest of the day off and go shopping.
No, I thought perhaps one of the officers could get something. You must have some money saved, Lizzie.
Yeah, but I don't reckon they'd let me have it. Oh, what about the Fresh Start Fund? That's what it's for, to help people on the outside.
But she's only out for one day.
So we'll make it a good one. What do you say? We'll put it to the vote?
Well, I'm sure we're all for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Lizzie. We'll be able to find you something beautiful.
What do you reckon the others will go for it, Ben? Yeah, of course they will. Anyway, I'll check them out at lunchtime.
What is it, a union meeting? Where's Hunt and Stevens?
Don't know, must have gone to the toot. Oh, Mrs. Powell, can you do me a favour?
Yes, well, it depends.
Well, I've got to get a new dress, and I didn't know how I was going to get it, but now I know I can, and all I need
Lizzie,
is...
please, just slow down and tell me exactly what you're asking.
She needs a new outfit to meet Foxy, and we want to give it to her out of the Fresh Start Fund.
And you want me to organise it?
Yes, please, Mrs. Powell, something really classy.
Oh, well, I'll see what I can do. Now, please, let's get some work done.
Something lavender. That's what it should be.
God, you look like death on a stick.
Haze, you all right, love?
Screamer of a headache, Jude. Got me tablets? It must be time.
Yeah, sure. Would you get some water, Shirley, please?
Oh, yeah, of course. There you go. You're back early. How'd the case go?
Well, it went fine for me. They didn't have enough evidence to convict me, but it didn't go so well for Helen. She got 3 years at Barnhurst.
Oh, bitch. 3 years with vinegar tits just for helping your sister.
Well, I think she feels it was worth it. Yeah, love.
Hush. Listen, Jude. Do you reckon we could skip going to Wentworth or Savo?
Haze? I thought you were looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was, but I got to thinking, well, I think it's a bit strange an ex-con getting visiting rights. They want to know how I swung it.
Oh, come on. They'll be so happy to see you, they won't give that a second thought. They're your mates. Trust them.
Yeah. I suppose you're right.
Of course I'm right. Yeah? Oh. I reckon I've outdone myself today. Tomato soup with chips to follow. Well, I'll say one thing for you, Shirley. When you cook, we know we're in for a treat.
I wonder what the slop du jour is.
Ronnie assured me that it was shepherd's pie.
Well, my condolences to the shepherd.
How can you eat that, Lizzie?
It's all right if you don't look at it. Used to be Foxy's favourite food. He always asked me to cook it for him when he came over for a visit.
Yeah, except she used to use real shepherds. I thought you said Foxy was posh.
Oh, it is now. This used to be his favourite tucker. Suppose he only eats in fancy French places now.
Excuse me, waiter, do you have frog's legs?
No, madam. I always stand like this.
Well, I don't reckon that Foxy would be into frogs and snails and things. He hates gardening. He always did. Hey, listen, pal. To find out if I'm going to get me new stuff.
Mrs. Morris will get it this afternoon.
Oh, good on you, Mrs. Powell. Face not a bad old sort after all.
Oh, a screw's a screw.
I'll drink to that. In fact, I could drink to this too, only I'd like to hold on to my stomach for a few more years.
Don't you want that, love?
Do you want it? You can have it.
Ah.
I always thought society was supposed to eat like birds.
What do you mean?
Well, there's no point having a classy dress to impress Foxy if you're going to attack your food like a footballer.
Oh, it's only a healthy appetite. Oh, bugger it.
What's the matter?
What am I going to tell Foxy when he wants to see me big house?
When he wants to see your big what? Come on.
Well, how did I know it was going to land on me doorstep? I told him I was really rich and that I had this big house and servants and everything.
Oh, well, if you're going to spin a yarn, you may as well use the best wool, I always say.
Oh, it's no joke, B. What am I going to do?
Well, tell him you're redecorating, so you're staying in a hotel for a while.
Oh, Foxy'd never swallow that. Foxy by name and Foxy by nature.
Irene Henderson. I wonder if she'd help out.
How? Loan a house?
Oh, come off it, B. I've heard of long shots, but that's right over the trees.
Just a thought. You leave it with me.
Got those fish and chips ready yet?
I don't know.
Well, come on, love. Get your finger out. Hey, you're burning those buns.
Even if if Irene comes good with the house. I still got to worry about me manners and
Oh,
things.
give it a rest, Lizzie.
I wish I'd never got myself in this mess.
Look, I'm sure you're worrying far too much, Lizzie. Look, just think of it as meeting an old friend and be yourself.
I can't, not after all the things I told him.
Hey, it's in! Rosemary put my ad in the paper. I'm going to have so many husbands I won't know what to do with them all.
Just share them around, honey. Lots of ladies in here without a family.
Yeah, I could, couldn't I? I could start my own marriage bureau if I get too many. What do you think, Bea? Oh, well.
Oh, I don't know what you want with all those men pics. Just one's enough for me to worry about.
Well, listen, I got an idea that won't give you half the trouble.
I wouldn't bet on it coming from you, you bitch.
Well, it'd be you that's out of pocket, because this one's a dead set winner.
Oh, what is it, Phyllis?
The numbers rack.
What's the numbers rack?
Oh, Petra, don't you know anything? I thought you said you were a teacher.
English teacher, not maths.
Well, all you have to be able to do is to count up to 40. You see, you buy a number off me, say for $1.
$1? That's a bit steep, isn't it?
Well, you get a hell of a lot more back if your number comes
Well,
up.
how much do you win?
Well, it depends on how many of us play.
Sounds like a great idea to me. I'll be in it.
Just a minute. Where did you get this great idea, Phyllis?
Well, it just came to me. I'm surprised no one thought of it before.
Oh, it's been done before. Trouble is the people running it got greedy.
Come on, Bea. It's only a bit of fun. I might be one of the big winners and then I can pay back the fund.
Oh, all right. But make sure you run it straight.
Oh, sure. Okay, ladies, pick a number.
What the hell's going on here? Get back to work, the lot of you. You too, Stevens.
But are you still going to find out from Irene about the house?
Well, I'm not going to get a minute's peace until I do, excuse me, Miss Ferguson. Can I make a phone call, please?
All right, wait in the corridor. Birdsworth, get back to work. You're not out yet. Well, I reckon I've gained at least 5 pounds. She must have made buckets of these things. Well, how do I look? Like $1 million, you know that, huh?
Thanks, Chief. I know it's real stupid, but I feel nervous.
Come on, you're going to be fine, huh? Now listen, you'd better eat some of these. You know how upset Shirley gets if there's anything left.
No, thanks. I've had plenty.
Well, I didn't hear you come in. Hard day at the office, eh? How was it?
Well, wasn't what I expected. I suppose I'll get used to it. At least I'm getting paid.
You stick to it, love. You never know where it'll lead. You got to make something out of your life. It's the only one you've got. Take no notice of me. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. You just do what you want, love.
Hey, we better get a move on, you know that? Otherwise we're going to get to the prison and there's going to be nobody there to visit.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosemary, if you're hungry, get stuck into these. They're delicious.
Here you go. Number 13.
Could I have number 2, please?
Sure can.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll win. It's such a lucky number. 2 people, 2 hearts beating as
Oh,
one.
come on, Pinks. I want to get my dib in. Can I have my number on tick, please? I'm running a bit short at the moment.
No way. Cash up front.
Oh, it's going.
Oh! God, you made me old tick and jump 4 feet then, Bea.
Then you must have a guilty conscience.
No, clear as a wet day in Melbourne. Hey, did you get in touch with Irene?
Yeah. And? She said it was okay.
Oh, you little beauty. Oh, thank you, Bea.
We have to clear it with Renault first, but as far as Irene is concerned, it's fine with her.
What's fine with whom?
Oh, Mrs. Powell, can you do me a favour?
Another one?
Just one.
Oh, God, what is it?
Well, Irene Henderson reckons I can take Foxy to her house and pretend it's mine.
You've got to be joking.
No, she's not. I just spoke to her on the phone. She said it's fine with her, but we have to clear it with Mrs. Reynolds. Can you fix it?
What do you say?
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing her place myself. I'll see what I can do.
You're not coming with me, are you?
You are going to have the cream. Me and Mrs. Morris. We're not going to take any chances this time.
God, how's anyone going to get to talk about anything with po-face breathing down your neck? Foxy'll twig straight away.
I'm sure she'll be discreet, Lizzie.
Oh, yeah. Anyone could spot po-face for a screw with their eyes shut. It's not going to work.
Oh, cheer up, Lizzie. You know, it could be worse.
Yeah, how?
They could have sent the freak with you.
Oh, God, don't mention it. It might happen.
All right, who wants to find out the big winner?
Oh, who's going to draw the lucky number?
Well, it should be someone who's not in it.
Oh, well, that's me. Come on, make way. And the winner is number 2.
Oh, that's me. Oh, I told you 2 was a lucky number. It must be an omen. Thank you, Lizzie. And you too, Phyllis.
There you go, first lucky winner.
5 lousy bucks. You must have over 40 in there. What happens to the rest?
Oh, didn't I tell you? There's going to be a big draw at the end of the week. Whoever wins will win a real bundle.
Well, I just can't wait until the end of the week. And if you want to stay healthy, you better make sure it happens.
Okay, anyone going for exercise period? Move out into the yard now. It's an old friend come to see you all.
Who would that be, Miss Ferguson?
You'll just have to wait and find out, won't you, Birdsworth?
She's a right charmer.
Hey, B, what do you think about Phyllis's game?
Oh, I don't know. She could be on the level. She better be, for her sake.
I didn't think you'd be in this.
If you're not in, you can't win.
If you're in here, you can't win anyway.
You took your time?
Yeah, well, I'm here now, aren't I? There's $35, but I reckon we should have the big draw soon.
What draw?
The big jackpot. B's getting
There
heavy
isn't
about
going
it.
to be a draw. That's just to keep them interested.
But I thought you said we
You're
were
not
going
paid to think. You're paid to do as you're told.
Is that all I get?
Yes, that's it.
Look, I'm going to need more than this, especially if we don't have the big draw. B'll get
Don't
heavy.
worry about Smith. I can handle her. You just keep selling the figures.
Look, if you're only going to pay me peanuts, you better get somebody else to do your dirty work. I'm not interested.
I think that's very unwise, Hunt.
Well, I should get more. I'm the one that's got to take all the crap.
Get out.
What?
You've just quit. You have no reason to be in here, so I suggest you leave. Now.
I reckon it's just about worth it, though. The look on Vinegar-Fit's face when I clocked her.
Yeah, she looks as though she'd been goosed by a cactus.
Didn't she always?
So, how's the freak these days?
Oh, up to her usual form. I reckon the freak and vinegar tits came out of the same mould.
Hey, Lizzie, your home brew got any better?
I don't make it anymore. The freak's got a nose for home brew like a bloodhound.
Probably just as well.
The last lot we had, we bought from the blokes at Woodridge. Tastes a bit rubbery, though, from being in the hot water bottles.
Wouldn't have stopped you getting a skinful.
Oh, you don't notice the taste after a while. I don't know what they made it from, though, because, God, I was so sick the next day I thought I was gonna die. Nobody ever got that sick from tasting my brew. You're lucky, Hayes, you don't. What's the matter? Oh, God, Hayes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk about dying or anything like that.
She's right, Lizzie. I know exactly what you mean. I've looked down the wrong end of the bottle a couple of times myself. But your stuff was the best. Oh, hey, is that Phyllis Hunt?
Yeah. Hey, Phyllis, come and see who we've got over here.
G'day, Phil.
That lousy bitch.
No, B, don't. It's okay. I understand. Some people just can't handle being around, you know. Look, I want you all to know that I was real scared about coming here today. I didn't know whether you'd want to see me or not. Well, I haven't always been the nicest person to be around. But just being back here with me old mates, it's made me feel like I've got a real family. And I'm glad I came.
So are we, love.
The appalling soul.
When she told me what they'd done to her in that hospital, I could have cried.
Yeah, some people have more guts than you give them credit for.
I reckon Jude's doing the right thing looking after her like that.
Yeah. I think Hazel is the bravest woman I've ever met, you know that?
Once, Pixie, I think I agree with you.
Lizzie, here you are. Now try them on for size. I'll be back later.
Mrs. Powell! Oh,
Open there!
oh B, this is my new stuff.
Come on, don't keep us in suspense.
Oh, you open it for me. I'm too nervous, silly old buzzard.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Lizzie, it's absolutely beautiful.
What else is in here?
Oh, God, look at that one.
Oh,
It looks like a bunch of scarves tied up with string.
Oh, can you imagine walking out in the wind in that? Oh, hi, Jude. How's Hazel?
Well, she's a bit tuckered out, but she's in great spirits after visiting all of her friends at Wentworth.
Oh, that's good.
And listen, what about you? You looked a bit down in the mouth when you came home from work. Anything wrong?
Oh, not really. I guess the job's not exactly what I expected, that's all.
I see. All right. Tell all.
Well, it's not the work. I don't mind hard work.
But?
Well, it's a bloke I'm working for. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining it, but he always seems to be sort of close to me.
Oh, one of those.
Oh, I'm sure he's very nice, really.
Oh, I bet he's a slob. Well, has he actually done anything?
No. It's the customers as well. They're so rude. I felt like throwing a hamburger on one man's face. All Mr. Dunn had to say to me at the end of my shift was, "See you tomorrow, love. No thanks or anything."
Well, just keep thinking of the money. It's a hell of a lot better than being at Wentworth, you know.
Yeah. No, I was so glad to get away from Joan Ferguson. I think I'm working for a brother.
I think you're learning too, kid.
Open and close with the full harmony of all the instruments allegretto. So after both solo instruments have been introduced singly, we hear them in an enchanting combination of melody.
I didn't know you were a music lover.
Oh, God. There isn't any privacy around this joint.
Well, thanks. That's the way you feel.
Oh, no, don't go, B. What you want, love?
I was just wondering where you were.
Oh, bloody rubbish.
It looked to me as if you were right into it.
Oh, I was just listening to the way she talks. Oh, but you've seen me new clothes.
Yeah, so?
Well, how can I wear all that posh stuff when I talk like I should be wearing a flour bag?
Look, love, why don't you just try being yourself? If Fox is any kind of a mate, that's all he's going to expect.
No, I can't let him down. I just have to give it a miss, that's all.
What are you talking about?
Well, if I don't turn up at the airport, he won't know where to find me, so I'll just have to write to him and tell him I had to go
Just
away
a minute, Lizzie Birdsworth. A lot of people have gone to a lot of trouble so you can have this day out with Foxy.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful.
Well, you've got a funny way of showing it.
What do you mean?
Reno gives you a day pass. Mrs. M goes out and buys all that gear for you, and suddenly you're not going to be bothered anymore.
Oh, they were just doing their job.
Yeah, what about the other women then?
Well, what about them?
They've got a stake in this too, you know. And where do you think the money came from so you could do all this?
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh, look, now you are going to go if I have to drag you there myself.
Well, what about the way I talk?
You know what you need? A teacher. And I know just where to get one.
Petra.
Right first time.
Oh, B, you little beauty. Come on, we haven't got much time.
Hazel.
Oh, Jude!
Rosemary, please, give me a hand.
Stop the pain!
Put her on the bed.
You gotta stop the pain! Oh, I can't stand it anymore!
Hazel, you'll be all right.
Come on, get the water. Hazel, please, take these. Come on. Come on, this will help. Take these. That's a girl. That's
Oh, they're not bloody good anymore. Nothing's any bloody good anymore.
All right, Lizzie, we'll give it a go.
Oh, good on you, love. I reckon I'll be talking like a lady in next to no time. What'll I do?
Well, the first thing is to try and round out your vowels.
Oh, there's nothing the matter with them. I'm regular. Oh, you dirty lot of buggers. Not your bowels, Lizzie, your vowels. Oh, what are you doing?
Now you say them after me. A.
A.
What's going on?
Petra is turning Lizzie into a lady.
No. Well, she's certainly got a job ahead of her.
Yes, you're pretty clued up in this area. Do you reckon you could give her a hand?
Oh, why not? Hope Foxy appreciates all this.
Oh, good. I feel like a bloody fish. Now try, how now, brown cow? Oh, first I'm talking to the fishes, and now I'm talking to the bloody cows.
Oh, Lizzie.
Oh, yeah, well, all right.
I don't know why you're bothering.
Oh, won't you rack off, Stevens? Lizzie may be no lady, but she's streets ahead of whatever you are.
Depends on your point of view.
Come on. She's doing really well, B. Excuse me, I have to get a book.
A book?
Well, Randy's going to give a deportment lesson.
You can believe in miracles, but my enthusiasm doesn't stretch that far.
What a pity your mouth does.
Now, all you have to do is walk across the room and try not to let the book fall off.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them do that in the movies.
Well, come on and give it a try. It does wonders for your carriage.
Carriage? God, I didn't know I had all those things.
Oh, come on, Lizzie, you can do it.
Well, do you reckon Foxy knows that I've got a carriage?
No, he does. Of course he does.
Hey, babe! Look at this! I did it!
Lizzie, you did it!
Oh, I reckon this lady stuff's not as hard as I thought it would be.
I don't know what you're talking about, Miss Ferguson, honest.
Oh, yes, you do, Hunt. Your little numbers game racket. I hear you're refusing to do it. What? Don't play dumb with me, Hunt. You are backing out of an agreement, and I don't like that. You are cutting into my profits.
I didn't know that you...
Well, now you do. You are working for me, Hunt, and don't you forget it. From now on, you do exactly as you are told. Good. There. I think you better get back to work, don't you?
Is it any better, honey?
It's a bit better. That's a girl. Oh, look, Rosemary's bought you some tea. You feel like a cuppa? Yeah. I'm sorry I caused so much fuss before June. Oh, well.
Drink your cuppa, Hazel. Lean back on your pillows.
Come on, sit up. That's a girl. Jude.
Yes, love.
I can't see properly. Don't leave me, Jude.
I'm here, honey. I'm here.
Oh, hell, my eyes. What's gone wrong with my bloody eyes? I'm going blind, Jude. I'm going blind.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.